So a cube root, this is called a cube root, and it's kind of like a square root, but there's a little 3 up here, and that just means that, like for a square root, we're usually trying to find something that multiplies by itself 2 times to give you the number. If there's a little tiny 3 up there, then you want to find a number that multiplies by itself 3 times to give you that number. So basically, we're just trying to figure out a number that if I multiply it by itself 3 times, it lands on 125. And so basically, you just kind of guess and check. Use some tricks, like for example, this ends in a 5, and I know if I multiply 5 by itself, it ends in 0 or 5, so my first guess would be maybe it's 5 times 5 times 5, and I would just check that out. This makes 25 times 5 more is 125, so the cube root of 125 is just straight up 5. This is something I do want you guys to do mentally, even though it can be done with a calculator, and just one thing I want to mention is, maybe you never thought about this, but if you multiply an odd number by itself, the answer is always odd. If you multiply an even number by itself, the answer is always even. So if you're cube rooting something and it's an odd number, try odd numbers. If you're cube rooting an even number, try even numbers. And then again, the trick is just to find a number that multiplies by itself 3 times to land on the number that's underneath. So just a small extension of the square root idea, just more times.